a minor god in Greek mythology, which we read largely through Athenian writers. Aristeus was the culture or hero credited with the discovery of many useful arts, including beekeeping. He was the son of Apollo and the huntress Cyrene.Aristeus was a cult title in many places: Boeotia, Arcadia, Sicily, Sardinia, Thessaly, and Macedonia. Consequently, a set of travels was imposed, connecting his epiphanies in order to account for these widespread manifestations. If Aristeus was a minor figure at Athens, he was more prominent in Boeotia, where he was the pastoral Apollo and was linked to the founding myth of Thebes by marriage with Autonoë, daughter of Cadmus the founder. Aristeus may appear as a winged youth in painted Boeotian pottery, similar to representations of the Boreads, spirits of the north wind. According to Pindar's 9th Pythian and Apollonius's Argonautica, Cyrene despised spinning and other womanly arts and instead spent her days hunting, but, in a prophecy he put in the mouth of the wise centaur Chiron, Apollo would spirit her to Libya and make her the foundress of a great city, Cyrene, in a fertile coastal plain. When Aristeus was born, according to what Pindar sang, Hermes took him to be raised on nectar and ambrosia and be made immortal by Gaia. The myrtle nymphs taught him useful arts and mysteries: how to curdle milk for cheese, how to tame the goddesses' bees and keep them in hives, and how to tame the wild oleaster and make it bear olives. Thus he became the patron god of cattle, fruit trees, hunting, husbandry and beekeeping. He also taught humanity dairy skills and the use of nets and traps in hunting. When he was grown, he sailed from Libya to Boeotia, where he was inducted into further mysteries in the cave of Chiron the centaur. In Boeotia, he was married to Autonoë and became the father of the ill-fated Actaeon, who inherited the family passion for hunting, to his ruin, and of Macris, who nursed the child Dionysus. Aristeus is an epithet rather than a name for some men to call Zeus and holy Apollo, Agrius and Nomios, and for others Aristeus in Ceos. Aristeus' presence in Ceos, attested in the 4th and 3rd centuries BC, was attributed to a Delphic prophecy that counseled Aristeus to sail to Ceos, where he would be greatly honored. He found the islanders suffering from sickness under the stifling and baneful effects of the dog star Sirius at its first appearance before the sun's rising, in early July. In the foundation legend of a specifically Cean weather magic ritual, Aristeus was credited with the double sacrifice that countered the deadly effects of the dog star of sacrifice at dawn to Zeus Igmaeos, rain-making Zeus at a mountaintop altar following a pre-dawned onyx sacrifice to Sirius, the dog star, at its first annual appearance, which brought the annual relief of the cooling Etesian winds. In a development that offered more immediate causality for the myth, Aristeus discerned that the Ceans' troubles arose from murderers hiding in the midst, the killers of Icarius in fact. When the miscreants were found out and executed, and a shrine erected to Zeus Igmaeos, the great god was propitiated and decreed that henceforth the Etesian winds should blow and cool all the Aegean for 40 days from the baleful rising of Sirius. But the Ceans continued to propitiate the dog star just before its rising, just to be sure. Aristeus appears on Cean coins. Then Aristeus, on his civilizing mission, visited Arcadia, where the winged male figure who appears on ivory tablets in the sanctuary of Autonoë as the consort of the goddess has been identified as Aristeus by L. Marengo. Aristeus settled for a time in the Vale of Tempe. By the time of Virgil's Georgics, the myth has Aristeus chasing Eurydice when she was bitten by a serpent and died. Issue according to Pherecydes, Aristeus fathered Hecate, goddess of witchcraft, crossroads and the night. Hesiod's Theogony suggests her parents were Perses and Asteria. Aristeus and Thebes. Soon Aristaeus sickened and began to die. He went to the fountain Arethusa and was advised to establish altars, sacrifice cattle and leave the carcasses. For the carcasses, new swarms of bees rose. A variation of this tale was told in the 2002 novel by Sue Monk Kidd, The Secret Life of Bees. Aristaeus as a name. In later times, Aristaeus was a familiar Greek name, borne by several archons of Athens and attested in inscriptions.